In this video, we are continuing with the reflection. Now, the question is, points P and Q have coordinates 0, 5 and -2 and 4. So, you have to find P is invariant when reflected in an axis. That we don't know, that we have to find. Name the axis. Find the image of Q on reflection in the axis found in 1. So, we have to find the axis first here in which P is reflected so that it is invariant, and then he's saying that 0 and K on reflection in the origin is invariant. Write the value of K. Fourth part is write the coordinates of the image of Q obtained by reflecting it in the origin followed by reflection in x-axis. Now these are double reflections, reflecting first in one axis and then again reflecting in another axis. So let's take the first part. He's saying P, okay, let's write P point. P is 0 and 5, right? Now, it is invariant when reflected in an axis. So in which axis should we reflect it so that it remains unchanged or invariant? If I reflect it in y-axis, what will happen? The sign of x coordinate will change. -0 and 5. -0 is 0 only. So it will remain unchanged, right? So I can say that P is invariant when reflected in y-axis. See, if I reflect it along x-axis, the sign of y coordinate will change and the time it will remain 0 and -5. So it won't remain invariant. Even if I reflect it in origin, again both the signs will change. Again it will remain 0 and -5. That time also it's not invariant. So it is invariant only when I reflect it in y-axis. So I have answered the first part. Now he's saying that name the axis. We have named the axis, y-axis. Find the image of Q. Okay, now let me write the image of Q. First let me write point Q. What is that? -2 and 4. Now find the image of Q when this is reflected in the axis found in first. So which axis you have found in first? Y-axis. So let's reflect point Q -2 and 4 to get Q dash as 2 and 4. I'll get it as 2 and 4 because if I reflect a point along y-axis, the sign of x-axis change. So Q dash is 2 and 4. So second part also I have found. Now he's saying 0 and K on reflection in the origin is invariant, right? So you have a point 0 and K. K is something here that you have to calculate. When you reflect this point in origin, right, 0 and K, it is invariant. That means it will remain 0 and K only, right, even after reflection. So K should be 0. When will K not change? When it is 0, right? So I can say that K will be 0 when the point 0 and K is reflected in origin. This part also done. Write the value of K. We have written the value of K. Write the coordinates of the image of Q obtained by reflecting it in the origin followed by the reflection in x-axis. Now this is my fourth part. I have to write the image of Q. First I have to reflect it in origin. What is my Q? Q is -2 and 4. First I have to reflect point Q in origin. After that I have to reflect it in x-axis. So this will become Rx. Reflection of this will become Q dash. And when I am reflecting it through origin, it will become 2 and -4, right? Now I have to reflect this along x-axis, this point. So this will be q double dash, and when x-axis, when we reflect point along x-axis, y coordinate changes, the sign of y coordinate changes. So that will become, oh sorry, the y coordinate changes, this will become 2 and 4.